Hi guys, sorry about that. Yeah, the usual UK internet experience. It's been fine all week as well. Yeah, sorry to everyone over on YouTube as well. I don't know if it's made like a new stream room. It tends to do that sometimes on YouTube. Again, it's been fine all week, and then it literally dropped for about a minute. Well, unfortunately, PSO is very, very sensitive to internet connection, so if it drops at all, you'll probably disconnect. The good news is we kept the 5-hit Angry Fist. Yeah, it's been a bit of an annoying issue lately. It seems to only really happen on weekends if it does it. Yeah, again, it's been fine like all day today and all week. So of course I lose internet when I'm streaming. Although, you know, given what's happening in the UK at the minute, it wouldn't surprise me if the government are trying to stop you from streaming, because they're trying to stop everything else. So I don't know how far through the quest they are. I didn't pay my new government license fee. Killing After said he's also having some issues. Ping just fluctuates massively recently. Yeah, I'm not sure what it is. Like I said, mine's been fine for like all week. Did I forget to pay my hunters? Like, maybe that's what it is. Couldn't handle all the super awesome drops. The 5-hit Angry Fist was like the straw that brought the camel's back. Again, hello everyone on YouTube again who's fallen back in. Apologies for that. We did get the egg parts. That has been served. Yeah, Robotnik didn't like that I got the egg parts. We'll go with that. I've got about 3 or 4 parts of Egg Blaster and I still haven't made an Egg Blaster. You know what? I never realised that this screen can also be used as a chat log. If a Justy dropped before it went down, who knows what would have happened. Can't be dropping things like Justies. It's far too rare. Yeah, I'm going to assume, I mean, the quest was like 20 minutes in, so I'm going to assume they're probably close to finishing. Right, what can I play here that won't get me immediately DMC'd? You're going to meet my favourite force soon in Phantasy Star 4. I'm very excited. 20 plus years later and still learning new things about PSO. Yeah, I had no idea. Yeah, I think all of these are probably very DMC. Joe, Phantasy Star 1 Dungeon Arrange 2. We'll go with that. You see, I'm there in spirit. It's a temple theme. I do wonder how many people who play PSO don't know that it's the Phantasy Star 1 dungeon theme. I mean, admittedly, I didn't until I played Phantasy Star 1. A very generic sounding music title, surely no DMCA claim, surely. Okay, I've just realised that they've just gone into Temple Beta. That somewhat worries me because that might mean it's a really long quest. Trying what else we could run for this week. So sweep up 10. We could maybe do that. Try and find some Ep 4 stuff. Jamming into tunes Phantasy Star 4 style. If it's Divine Time, go Ep 4. It is Divine Time for another 40 beats. So is it true that in the UK you have to pay a license to own a TV? So the rule is, basically, if you watch live TV, you have to pay a TV license. Yes, that is true. You are allowed to own a TV without having a license, but if you want to watch anything that's live broadcast on it, you have to pay a license, yes. Is it ridiculous? Yes. There are literally like enforcement vans that drive around that can detect if you've got if you are actively using the TV, and I'm not making that up. It is ridiculous. Funny thing is, you can still go on YouTube or Twitch and watch live stuff on there, and that is fine. If you watch something on a streaming service that happens to also be broadcast, you're liable, yeah. So if you watch something like BBC iPlayer, then yes. Is a license necessary to watch the Premier League games? If the Premier League games are on regular live broadcast TV, then yes. I don't know what the rules are if it's on something like a cable box or anything, or on satellite. I honestly barely watch TV anywhere, so I don't worry about it too much. I do have a license, but yeah, I don't really watch it much. Simple answer is just play PSO instead. Hey, there's probably loads of people that don't bother playing it, I imagine. Miss, did you want to run something 2-player? Because I don't know how long they're going to be in Temple for. They are in Temple Beta, but... I'm just thinking, did you want to do the Ep 4 quest or something? Just to blow through it quick. I'm not sure if they're about to finish because they are in Temple Beta. But I know Porkins was still in Alpha just recently. Oh, actually, no. They've just gone back to Lab. So they might have just finished. Unless they all died, but I can't see that. PSO license fee coming next minute. It wouldn't be the first time. Fun fact, the BBC iPlayer terms of service are badly written enough that it's legal to watch VODs from iPlayer through a third-party service without a TV license. But yeah, I know everyone outside the UK thinks it sounds ridiculous that we have to have a TV license, but yes, that is true. Is the player count still around 300 during peak hours? I'm not sure how many are at the minute. I would say normally anywhere between 150 to 250, somewhere around there. During anniversary though, which should be starting in a few weeks, it will probably go up into about 500 or 600s. I know it did last year anyway. Yeah, sorry for disconnecting. My internet totally crapped out. So, do we want to try the episode 4 RDR quest since, you know, it's there? Does the anniversary event typically have all the boosts active? Yeah, so during the anniversary, you'll have all 4 of the weekly boosts active. And as we unlock more milestones, you'll increase the boost more and more. And there'll be special quests active as well that have really good like mob density. Might as well watch it, seeing as I got fired for being sick yesterday. Really? Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Dakota. Yeah, I mean, the F4 quest, I imagine, is probably pretty good for hunting limiter. We did actually find one, actually, on Discord yesterday. For Drafia. But yeah, I'm down to hunt another one, though, if you want to. Does anyone have a high enough blue full to do it? You had on and off infections in your throat and mouth for like 2 months, and they finally told you to take a hike. I know someone where I work, obviously without revealing too many details, they've been off sick for a while. They applied for like ill health retirement. The company rejected the ill health retirement and fired them. Not really a good look, honestly. Medical leave was denied and I was fired, same story. It's shocking, honestly. Like, what's the point of ill health retirement if you can't take it? Or medical leave, for that matter. You don't have a level 200 blue full Rainbow Sky. No, you definitely don't, do you? I always forget what ID your characters are, you know, despite the fact that you've found several Heaven Punishers with said Raymal. If you want to play the Raymal, yeah, feel free. Yeah, sorry to hear that, Dakota. Hope you can find something else. Just for anyone new who's here, we do have a Discord you can join if you want to. There should be, on YouTube, there should be a link to it in the description. And on Twitch, it should be just under the video player. We're going to say a red run. I mean, we might have time for 2 more runs, potentially. Depends how long this quest is. Just taking a few days to try and mentally calm down. It's frustrating, but I'll make it hopefully. Yeah, just keep looking for the opportunities. I know it sucks when something like that happens, but been off for 2 weeks recovering from surgery, used up all my sick leave and burning through annual leave, so I'm back to work now and hoping the painkillers keep working. Yeah, honestly, the way the sickness leave works is just ridiculous. These are usually fast. Yeah, so we could do a blue full one and then we'll see what the time's like. We might get a chance to do a red rear as well. Yeah, I will say that working in the NHS, you would think that the NHS, being a health institution, would have quite a good sickness policy for its staff. Nope. Yeah, hope you feel better soon as well, Richard, as well. What server is this on? This is Ephinea. Good to see you, Red Magic. Unless you're in a fancy job, it's all pretty ruthless, and all you can do is try to go until you can't. Yeah, it's tough. The only workable health policy in the modern world is don't get sick. It does feel like that, yeah. Yeah, the market here is pretty bad at the minute as well. And yeah, we've got space for one more if anyone wants to join. We're just doing sweep up Operation 10 on blue full. Maybe try and get a limiter. Ah, there we go. Three ranges again. It just doesn't matter in PSO, you can just steamroll everything with ranges. Last time I played PSO was on Xbox, it was very fun. Yeah, so this is PSO Blue Burst, which was like released after the GameCube and Xbox versions. It's honestly very similar. It does have this episode, which was new to Blue Burst. But honestly, very, very similar to GameCube and Xbox. Yep, Vectroid got a VA. I'm assuming it doesn't have like 70 hit. The only party that doesn't work well is the Forbidden 4 cast party. Depends which cast it is. If it's, if it's like 2 Hue casts, 2 Ray casts, you're probably fine. Very similar to GameCube and Xbox, immediately brings the Wrath of Heavens on Boomerang skins. I mean, you could do Divine Punishment on GameCube. Admittedly, it was quite a lot harder to get. Love the old PSO, so much fun. It really is. I love PSO. As the song says. Yeah, I guess on GameCube to do Divine Punishment, you'd have to get Heaven Punisher. That was like the only option. I had a friend that used action replays, so we got all the fun items before quitting Xbox. I think a lot of people use action replays on GameCube and Xbox for sure. It was basically action replays and doing the dupe trick to just dupe everything. Yeah, I did really enjoy GameCube when I played. I never tried the Xbox version. Dreamcast and GameCube versions got so hacked it was unplayable. I mean, it was pretty bad. You had to kind of play in a different way on GameCube, honestly, if you played online. It basically revolved around playing on quieter ships. So generally, I would completely avoid the American ships. I would completely ignore, yeah, pretty much ignore the American ships. I used to play mainly on the Japanese ships, and then I would basically carry one weapon, because the chance of getting a frozen screen of deaths was so high that you'd just lose everything that you had equipped. Sorry, everything that you didn't have equipped that was with you, you would lose. So it made sense to just carry one weapon or just duplicate everything. Sega abandoned it and left it in Christmas mode, so everyone just did whatever we wanted. Yeah, Eternal Christmas on Xbox is kind of like a well-known thing. So the one thing I know about PSO Xbox is that it got stuck on Christmas forever. Yeah, I think pretty much every version of PSO got hacked a lot. Blueburst, I'm not sure. I imagine there was some people that managed to. Obviously, a lot of Blueburst is server-side, so it was a lot harder to hack. Losing everything is how you get people to quit. I mean, to be fair, even without the hacking, it was really, really easy to lose everything on GameCube, just through memory card corruption. A lot of it had to do with storing games out in the memory card, so as online gaming evolved, it all moved to servers. Yeah, exactly. Oh, we got Fort on Crystal. Did play PSO 2 beta on the Japanese server. It was so much nicer than the Western versions. Yeah, I played Japanese PSO 2 from... what was it? From 2012? Excuse me, sir? You're paralyzed. Yeah, I played PSO2 from like actually from 2011 with I started with the second alpha test on the Japanese servers. And played it pretty much until NGS released on global. And then our IPs basically got blocked. So I just moved over to global then. On Dreamcast, on top of FSOD losing everything you didn't have equipped, people would hack in Divine Punishment on Pioneer 2 to kill other players and take the weapon and Mazetta. Yeah, like every time I hear about Dreamcast Online, it just sounds like hell. I bet it was really cool at the time, having an online RPG you could play, but I always just hear like how horrific all the hacks were. If you played with less than 4, you had to lock your rooms because if someone came in, they could freeze your session and you'd have to log in again. Yeah, I don't know what it was about PSO, just people seem to really like hacking it. Oh yeah, it's definitely not just PSO. Pokemon was a hellscape. Yeah, I imagine Sega probably found it quite hard to stop at the time. Because like online console game was still pretty new, so. Yeah, it's definitely not just PSO. Like I say, things like Pokemon are horrendous for it as well. I mean, to be fair though, I mean, most of the, particularly the early Pokemon games were so buggy, even without hacking. You know, Red and Blue in particular were an absolute mess. Game still holds up well today. Wish Sega would go back to it and just release more episodes. Nothing was wrong with it. Yeah, they obviously wanted to change things up. You know, obviously PSU is a bit of a departure from this. Hey, but go see. Did you miss any drops in this run? Yeah, not particularly. A floating crystal, I think. Yeah, exactly, Richard. Yeah, it was still like really early days for online gaming, so particularly for like online RPGs. So a lot of it was still very much, like, say, uncharted territory. No, Dakota, there's nothing private for PS2 Classic at the moment. Obviously, you can still access PS2 Classic on the actual Sega client at the minute, and there is a team working on something else. Obviously, I can't really talk about it. I think considering I'm like an NGS creator, I probably shouldn't talk about that, but I'm sure you can find it if you look. After Bit Dark Falls, during the credits, it shows random snapshots of your player going through the maps. Yeah, actually, I remember that. Yeah, I suppose Blueburst players probably won't have seen that, because obviously, with it not being like a single player offline necessarily, unless the credits do roll for the government quests. I generally can't remember if they do. Yeah, I know on GameCube it was, I imagine probably the same on Dreamcast as well. You basically, I remember actually, yeah, you used to get these little, like, snapshots of your character going through all the different areas. Oh my god, are they remaking PSO, baby? Not that I have heard. There's still time though. We've still got the rest of this year to go. GameCube PSO here, yeah, that's where I started as well, Akama. Especially in the lighter cave, like 2 minutes of my face is numb. Got PS2 Classic working on a Steam Deck as possible. Unfortunately, after a few NGS patches, it stopped working. Okay. Curse of NGS. Lots of math in this game. Yeah, to an extent, yeah. Remember the snapshots in the credits section after beat falls, including the principal being consoled by his secretary. Yeah. There's a lot of things that, again, I don't know if they're in Blue Burst. I genuinely can't remember. Keeps giving me stuff and my inventory is very, very full. Zerk Blazer and Hellhounds both with exactly the same stats. Yeah, I'm not sure if Blue Burst does the does those little scenes or not. It might do from the government quest, but it's been so long since I've done the F1 quests. Is item reader the sole add-on? The only add-ons I'm using is I've got an item reader set up kind of behind my camera. So if I hide my webcam, you see that there. So this little bit at the bottom here shows me like specific drops that show up. And then I've also got the one that appears on the item on screen as well. So when specific items drop, it will show me on the actual item. But yeah, that's about the only things I use at the minute. Did the government quest recently? They don't have the credits. Okay. I know for Ep 2 it definitely didn't, but yeah, it's been so long since I've done episode 1 government quests. But yes, it is the Solely add-on, sorry, yeah. I thought you said Soul add-on. But yeah, it is the Solely one. Still have my GameCube controllers, all the buttons are in the right place, navigating the menus. I think, genuinely, I think the GameCube controller might be my favourite controller of all time. It's running where you can get the one that pings you on screen. I think I got it somewhere on the Ephinea forums. I can't remember exactly where. I've had it a little while now. But yeah, so you can see, for example, like it's pinged this scape doll on the ground here to let me know there's a scape doll there. It's really useful. Yeah, I love the GameCube controller. I used to have a Waveblade controller as well, the wireless one. Discord's got plenty of links for those. Yeah, it's kind of weird for Ep 2. There is a couple of side stories, but nowhere near as many. It's basically Blue Star Memories, Seat of the Heart. I think that might be it. And there is Reach for the Dream as well, but I can't remember if that's counted as a side story or something else. And yeah, I agree, Richard. I personally think that the government quest should be single player. The only good thing about the government quest is that they do have the ability for people to join midway, which is something you can't do in like any other quest in PSO. It was a nice sunset, it was. Right, well, let's finally team pult this 5-hit Angry Fist. I just found it. Oh, cool. Yeah, it's a really nice add-on, honestly. It just saves you looking through piles and piles of equipment on the ground to try and figure out what's actually worth picking up. Hey, effort. Yeah, quite an easy quest, that one. It's not too bad for hunting Ep4 stuff. Not great for zoos, unfortunately. I'll abort you back. Alright, so we've probably got time for, yeah, maybe one more quest or so. Is there anything that anyone is hunting in particular? I know, obviously, gold is one. Red Ring and D4 on for the mag and Heart of Laconium. Wonder if AI in a few years could replicate a game like PSO. Just ask it to recreate PSO completely. Do you think with all the old MMOs being brought back lately that PSO BB can come back in any official way? I'm not sure. I think, personally, if it's gonna happen, either this year or 5 years' time, because this year's 25th anniversary of PSO, obviously 5 years' time will be the 30th anniversary. I think they are the most likely years for it to be announced. I'm still not sure. I mean, they have done collaborations with like Limited Run Gaming for merch of PSO's 25th. We are getting some kind of PSO anniversary event in NGS. So they are definitely aware of it and doing things for it. Whether that translates to a new version, I do agree with Nimi. I don't think they would do a full remake because I think it would just conflict with NGS. And they obviously want to make money from NGS. I would think, if anything, more of like a remaster or even just a re-release. NGS slander my beloved. Okay, we've got to do a red ring run at least. Yeah, I guess we can do a red ring run. Do you want to do a red rear TTF then? Because then we could try for Lavis as well. There is Kasami as well, yeah, from the Sinnohs. Re-released with a graphics overhaul, maybe. I mean, they are doing a lot of their older games. I mean, obviously, there's the new Shinobi coming out soon. They are also pushing merch at the minute for the 25th anniversary of Jet Set Radio as well. So... you can sit out since we're 5. It's up to you. Whoever wants to sit out is fine. I will, yeah, I'll go and grab my Floniwall then. So we can do a red rerun. I think the problem with re-releasing it is running a server, so they'd have to rework the game to be local or friend-only multiplayer with one player hosting the server. Obviously, the thing that worries me, I've mentioned it a load of times, is if they did re-release it, what would that mean for private servers? because a lot of people who want to play PSO are probably quite happy playing it on a private server. I think we are doing a Red Ray TTF. You know, we try for Red Ring, Lavis, Kasami. Just a quick thank you for your guide and tip video, it really helped me out. The lock palette and pickup option changed my life. It helps so much, like no more accidental photon blasts. Oh, yeah, I suppose we could technically get a Rotista as well, yeah. But yeah, no worries, follow through, but I'm glad they're helpful. Okay, well, I will make a Red Ray again. Doesn't really need a graphics overhaul, just more episodes, content and maps. The creativity in the first 2 episodes is amazing. Yeah, I do feel that Ep 4 is definitely the weak point of the game. It does feel kind of a bit half-assed. I mean, it's fine. It's okay, but I do feel like episode 1 and 2 are the highlights of the game. Well, episode 2 is a highlight until you get to Ultimate, and then you just get one shot by everything. Then it's less of a highlight. Remember the conversation about double cannon? I do remember. .25 hit double cannon, very nice. Yeah, that is extremely nice. Also, you are far braver than me dropping a double cannon. Let's make sure you did definitely pick that double cannon up, didn't you? Because, yeah, I'm not starting the quest without checking. Yeah, I still think my Psycho Wand is like my pride and joy drop at the minute. That is still by far the rarest thing I found. Disco Breadman payday. Oh. Oh, it's a banner, but it's not for us. Beep Boop has found Red Ring. Absolutely stolen. Yeah, there it is. Just the ring is gone. Oh, red server drop though. It's still yours, not mine. Yeah, the one ring, yeah. Oh, Disco Breadman. Nah, no banner, unfortunately. The crazy thing is, even if you get a really high hit one from a box, you won't get a banner. Because for some reason, box rares don't trigger banners. found my Psycho 1 just doing a regular Chaos mission, hoping it changes its anniversary with SGS or Heaven Punisher. Yeah, I got my Psycho 1 through the Caves, like event quest. You got the 40 hit one off the box that takes up to 50. I think my best is 45. Dark Falls from a box curse still lingers. I still love that with Phantasy Star 2 and 3, that Dark Falls just shows up in a box. He used to play as a fat android, was hilarious. Imagine moving places and you suddenly find you have one more box than you remember packing. Alright, so try and split the slimes if we can. Because, you know, lavish reasons. Yeah, no worries. I mean, I can rebut them, obviously. The desyncs. I am not surprised. These things always desync. Okay, we found the disc. I will use it in the next area so we get the maximum use out of it. PSO's graphics are fine for something portable like Switch or Steam Deck. Yeah, honestly, I think we'll work really well on like a Steam Deck or something like a Switch. God, my damage gets so nerfed in multiplayer. Okay, let's split these slimes. Nope. So, no luck will have this. Can confirm it works well on Steam Deck. Oh, nice. Yeah, I think it's the kind of game that would translate really well to that, honestly. Played Jet Force Gemini before PSO, so this was super and everything Jet Force should have been. Yeah, I know Ellie, one of my mods, really likes Jet Force Gemini as well. Alright, time for me to be pretty much useless. Flunywell is absolutely garbage on this boss in multiplayer. Oh, sorry, no, actually, multiplayer's not too bad. It's mainly single player on this boss. Yeah, for some reason, single player on this boss has way higher resistances, and I don't know why. It takes me forever to kill this boss single player with a Flunywell. Oh, what have we got? Fat loot. Double layer shell, nice. Okay, it's time. We love PSO. I mean, if the game gives me this disc, I'm using it. When I had PSO on Xbox, we bought an add-on that was a little screen that went on top of the console, so having a Steam Deck has made Teenage Me's dream come true. We love PSO. Yeah, it's like super hard to find any information on this song. Apparently, from what I've heard, apparently it was done for, I think it was like the 5th anniversary of Blue Burst. And it is written for PSO. Alright, let's try the Sinnoh check, see if we can get a Kasami. Maybe just have to get a Steam Deck now. I like that the reason you go for a Steam Deck is because of like a 20-year-old game. I respect it. Oh, I got PD'd. Ooh. Not that I need another Kasami because I've got about 2 or 3, but there's always a chance of a max stat one. Androids can see mines, by the way. Gold for room clearing. Oh, definitely, yeah. Yeah, some decent drops here, honestly. You know, the Guild Chicks can drop Heart of Sorcerer's Cane, which is nice. I mean, it is very, very rare. Alright, Volop time. I feel like they balanced Volop completely wrong. It just feels like it gets deleted immediately. Unfortunately, it's kind of hard to do the Gazonde glitch with this character. I just don't have the attack power to do it well. Yeah, basic red magic, there's a glitch you can do on this boss where if you spam Gazonde, you can more or less almost skip this phase. It goes so fast, but it works better with a high attack power character. So like Huniwell is really good for it. Flunywell not so much. This guy's also immune to Gel and Zeller as well, so you can't do that on him. There we go. What would be amazing would be some Steam input integration so I can bind inputs directly. I've got it set up for the right touchpad to be numbers, and it would be nice if you had item symbols on. Yeah, there's definitely work they can do. I'm basically just going to let you guys do the work here. Yeah, because Funny is pretty useless on this boss. I think I'll switch over to Glide Divine actually, so I got the debuffs on easier. Oh yeah, I'm brilliant at the box opening department, yeah. Absolutely godlike for that. I mean, don't get me wrong, Flonywell is really good in some areas. It's just that in multiplayer, particularly in like episode 1, you do notice your damage drop off a lot. Oh yeah, of course, yeah, I always forget about that the red rear claws don't actually have a rare drop. Well, they do, but it's not a rare. It's just a celestial armor. I have no idea why it's like that. Do you think you could make a video on running scripts for PSO to improve quality of life while playing? I don't really know anything about running scripts necessarily. Done the Ephinea TOS for a bit, that sort of thing. I'm not sure where they stand on scripts, honestly. I mean, like I said, I don't use any myself. I don't honestly know what the rules are regarding that. I would imagine that doing things like setting macros up is probably against it, though. Okay, so I do need to switch over to Cure Freeze. Oh, the add-ons. Yeah, I could maybe do a video on add-ons. Yeah, because you are allowed to use add-ons for sure. Does the area look different from normal, or is it just me? The colour palette in the episode 1 areas is different in Ultimate. So that might be why it looks different. So I know that apparently the go-to with Force on this part is to stand in the middle and do Gifoi. Every time I try doing it, I get killed. Let's try doing it with a cane and see if that helps. So it might be just the cast animation's a bit too slow on Rod. That is still very slow. Quality life add-ons are so important in this game. They help a lot, yeah. Macros are called out as forbidden on the wiki, fair enough. Yeah, so maybe don't use macros. But things like the add-ons I'm using here to see the items, they're fine. Actually need to sort of pallet out a bit here. Yeah, I'm quite glad that went quickly, because that phase can be quite scary sometimes. Which ones are you using? There is one called, I think it's called Sully's Item Reader. You can get most of them on the Ephinea forums. Yo, that was one of the fastest falls I've ever seen. I literally had time to Zalur him, heal once, and do like 1 or 2 phase. I wish time was already dead. Alright, come on, Banner. There was a 40-hit ray gun with no special. Very nice. Yeah, that was ridiculously fast. I mean, level 30 Shifter and level 30 Zalur do add a lot of damage. I'll boost that Gullah, why not? You just never see that Photon Blast used, ever. You are the hero, we are. It's crazy to think the game is 25 years old. I know it's scary how old this game is now. I mean, this version is technically about 20, but even that is bad enough. The Dreamcast celebrates 25th anniversary this year, so that's why I'm kind of hoping they'll do something for it. So I know we're definitely getting something in NGS. They're definitely doing some kind of collaboration for PSO. I think the next NGS headline is next week, so they might tell us a bit more then. But yeah, I mean, on the roadmap, they showed a silhouette of a Rag Rappy from PSO, so, you know. Master Chief Collection, but for Phantasy Star. I mean, honestly, yeah, I'd be happy. Honestly, just release the original Phantasy Star quadrilogy again. You know, make it available for people to play, maybe. What, PSO BB Ep 5 just out of nowhere, like 20 years later. Just looking for add-ons to get when the new laptop arrives, yeah? Also, I read Lappy as Rappy. PSO BB Episode 5 Card Revolution. Well, they just decided to go back to it again. I mean, to be fair, NGS does have a card game in it. Exactly, yeah, the Rappy Lappy. Yeah, you should call it that when your laptop arrives, the Rappy Lappy. Or the Happy Rappy Lappy. But yeah, I think we can probably end that there for today, I think. So we got plenty of runs in. I don't think we found anything particularly amazing, but that is usually the case for airdrop week. So yeah, I think the plan for this week is on Tuesday, there will be a video for YouTube members that'll go live to everyone else the following week. That'll be a video about Phantasy Star 3. There'll be a stream on Wednesday, which will be a bit more Phantasy Star 4. And then on next weekend, we will be doing a Phantasy Star game. If they announce the anniversary for this week, we'll do the anniversary, but I expect it'll probably be in a couple of weeks' time for that. So I'd imagine it'll probably be something like PSU or PSO2 or something like that. So that'll be next weekend. And then once the anniversary starts, we will be grinding PSO hard. If Doom can have new episodes, why not PSO? Yeah, I guess so. We'll be a bit out of left field getting a new episode 20 years later, but you know. If you want to do that, Sega. I'll be holding y'all hostage for some gold runs. I am totally down to do some gold runs. And I give my word now, if I find gold, I will give you it. So yeah, I think we'll call that one there for today, I think. So yeah, if you have enjoyed the stream, please consider the usual. Either like, subscribe, join as a member if you want to. You can follow us up on Twitch. You can follow me on X or Bluesky at SectionSkyly. And there is also our Discord channel as well, which should be in the description as well. So feel free to join us over there as well, where we do talk a lot about Phantasy Star and other games as well. But yeah, hope you enjoyed the stream and hope you have a good week. And I will see you guys on Wednesday for some Phantasy Star 4. So whatever you're doing, have a good week and I'll see you then. See you guys.